Hi, this is Heather from Stamps Paper Love. Today I have a scrapbooking process video for you that I hope inspires you to tell your own stories. It is part of the Traci Reed Designs creative team YouTube hop for her new collection. There's actually two collections, so today this is the All Is Calm collection, and I've got a few, things laid out that I'm going to work with. And there are links to many other projects in the description, so be sure to check out all of the great layouts and other projects that were created by the Traci Reed Designs creative team. Again, I'm working with the All Is Calm collection. It is a really fun Christmas collection that has just some kind of traditional colors, but also some pops of a little bit non-traditional. There's a lot of blue in the collection, which is my absolute favorite color. So that works for me really well. And what I'm doing here is I'm just cutting off some of the edges to make just a layered square background using a Christmas tree paper, a Christmas light paper, and then just a regular piece of green cardstock. And here I'm just distressing the edges with a tool that I have for that purpose. Mainly I just wanted to have that layer have a little bit more lift off the page and set up away from the Christmas tree background a little bit. So I'm arranging that. I really should have probably gutted those two papers just because then I could have used those scraps and conserved the paper a little bit, but I just was kind of pressed for time when I was making the layout, so I just kind of ran with it. And then I'm going to take the pictures and put them on some more of the gorgeous paper. This one's a holly leaf, holly and berries. And I'm going to put the two photos that are going on the left kind of on top of that piece of paper. The photos are kind of dark. They're a little bit difficult to see. They were taken at night in a park here in my hometown that they decorate for Christmas every year. And it's kind of an interesting, the whole story of the layout is just that I've lived here in this area for 30 years-ish and had never gone down to see the lights in this park until just a couple of years ago. My daughter, I think she had a project or something, and she had to take some pictures of some holiday related things or something for school. So we went downtown and we're taking some photos and whatnot. This is another blue paper from the collection. It kind of, to me, mimics like snowfall, and it was snowing that night. It's kind of hard to tell in the photos. Again, they're kind of dark, and the snow doesn't really pick up too much on the photo, especially from this distance away. But I just got a picture of a tree that was lit up, and then there were snowflakes that they had hanging. And then this photo that I'm adding right now is a picture of their new candy cane lane. In this park, for years and years and years, had this candy cane lane display with these candy canes that kind of they had slanted together so that they would touch up at the top. And this particular year, or maybe it was the year before, they had changed the candy canes and updated them to this new style of candy cane. And, they are admittedly a little bit less homey, I guess, and traditional. They're metal. And so I think a lot of people really dislike them. I think they're really pretty anyway. They're just different. And they did end up resurrecting some of the other candy canes and putting a small section of those out. The reason they had to replace them is they just were in disrepair. They'd been used for so many years, and people just had a little bit of an uproar about it. Change is difficult, especially for people who are used to a certain tradition or taking their photos in that area. So anyway, I've popped up the candy cane photo on some foam and just added that. And at this point, I have my layout pretty much the way that I want the basics. And I'm just bringing in all of the bits and pieces to add some added interest on there. And there are great cards in the collection, and I was going to use the piece, can't, I don't know if it says piece something or if it's just piece, I can't remember. I don't end up using it. It just was kind of big for the layout, but I selected a journaling card that I'm going to write a little bit on, and now I'm just, fussing around with all the other um, pieces of the collection. I go with the All is Calm for the title. It definitely was a very peaceful, calm night that we were out enjoying the lights. And I'm just going through, I had pre-loaded the tray with things that I thought I might use, and then of course when you actually get to the layout, you don't use everything that you pulled. I really wanted to put this wreath on. It's kind of hard to tell, but at the top of the candy cane photo there is a wreath, so I kind of wanted to bring that wreath in there, but at the end it just doesn't end up working with what I pick, and that long row of Christmas trees I really like as well. That's not going to make it either. I opt to go with just some single Christmas trees kind of grouped together in a couple of areas. So, that's the great thing about these collections is there's so many pieces that there are definitely a lot of different options, and you can keep fussing till your heart's content to make sure that you have a layout that you're happy with and that you can enjoy all these gorgeous little embellishments. So there are some little stars that I thought worked nicely because they're similarly shaped to the snowflakes that were hanging in the park, and there's little um, boughs of greenery with some ribbons, or not ribbons, berries and things like that, and candy canes to go with the candy cane theme. Um, Christmas lights, so I did drape some Christmas lights across that top corner. I love bannery Christmas lights, that's for sure. They are definitely something that you can use quite effectively um, to embellish your page. And here I'm just picking up some other little bits and pieces to put in the corner. There is a um, little joy square piece that kind of winds up being the center of this little corner cluster. So I had a little circle embellishment that had some greenery and whatnot on it. And I'm just going to add the joy and a little Christmas tree. Um, well, first of all, let me back up and talk about the plaid that's in this collection. I did use a little bit of the plaid to back the candy cane photo. And then there's this little Christmas tree that I'm popping up on foam right now that has the plaid as well. It is so pretty. I am just such a sucker for plaid, and Traci Reed, she does plaid well. So there's usually a plaid in almost every one of her collections, and that's probably going to be my favorite piece of paper almost every single time. So it's super fun to use and to look at new, exciting plaids. They never bore me, that's for sure. I definitely will pick out that plaid every time and use it in some way. So if you like plaids, definitely check out all of the plaid things that she has within her collections. I'm popping up the Christmas lights as well. I use a lot of foam, whether it's the fun foam stuff that you get in the big giant sheets, or whether it's the little foam adhesive squares. I just really think it gives your layout a little extra pizzazz and that dimension, and things pop off the page nicely. I probably popped up a few of the embellishments around for the clusters. So I'm just kind of adding on some stars, and there's it's like a little swirl with a heart in the middle. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a peppermint candy or something like that, so you could probably use it in that way as well. Um, and then I'm just adding another little cluster here. Again, I'm going to try to get that wreath on there, but I think this is the point where I just decide I was just going to go with the little green swag here and call it good. Um, so many times I want to use everything, and you just can't use everything on one layout. So the great thing is I have lots and lots and lots of little pieces to create some more layouts with, which is definitely pretty awesome. Um, what else are we gonna do? Just keep trying to add those little Christmas trees. I thought maybe they would go off the edge here, but I think they just compete a little bit too much with the background Christmas trees, and so I just kind of decided that I didn't really need them. But then I picked these other three little um, sticker elements and move them around till I decide how I like them, and then I'm going to add some pop dots to one or two of these just to give again that dimension and interest. And it's just, works out to be my style, my fun little style. Add on a few other little bits here, another one of those stars. There's a little green sprig that kind of just fills in that area. I'm definitely a more is more kind of scrapper. I love the look of white space layouts. I really do, and I wish that I had the ability to create layouts with a lot of white space, but sometimes that just doesn't fit my brain, I guess. Adding the journaling on the journaling card, and just given the story about making it down to this park after 30 years of living in the area. A couple more little bits and pieces get added on here, and that's the extent of it. There's not really a whole lot more going on in the layout. I definitely am so glad that you joined me. I hope that you check out the other layouts that have been created by the team, and that you check out the collections from Traci Reed. Again, this one is the All Is Calm collection. I've got another video in the hop for the All Is Bright collection, which is definitely a fun collection as well. So make sure that you check them both out and see if they fit your needs for your scrapbooking. December dailies and all that are coming up. These would be perfect for a new collection to do those types of things. Here are the stills, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing me create, and I will see you again for another video soon.